Hello, I'm Seth Clevenger, Managing Editor Features at Transport Topics, here at the TMW PeopleNet Insight User Conference in Nashville. Joined with me here today is Tom Poduch. He's the Director of Logistics Design at Transervice, a provider of full-service lease, dedicated carriage, and logistics. Mm-hmm. And Tom, if you could go ahead and take us through your experiences with electronic logs at Transervice. When did you guys implement, and what's your experience been like thus far?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Transervice, we've had the benefit of a lot of our customers demanding a lot of current modern technology from us. So they've been, maybe some people say they've been pushing us along or pulling us along, right. but they've been forcing us to use different technologies over time. So we've been using, we call them onboard computers, some people call them ELDs and everything in between, but we've been using them for about 7 to 9 years for different purposes.
Sure, and there are lots of different types of electronic logging systems on the market, anything ranging from full-featured fleet management system really that has many different applications in addition to electronic logs. There's also a lot of new vendors on the market ahead, that have appeared ahead of the mandate with more basic systems, maybe just focused on ELD compliance only, or ELD compliance with maybe 1 or 2 added features. So lots of different approaches that fleets could take with this when they're looking to adopt a system ahead of the deadline. But maybe you can give me an example of some of the ways that Transervice is using its onboard technology beyond electronic logs. What are some of the other features you guys are taking advantage of?
Sure, absolutely. Like you said, it's a very wide space. There's a lot of options and different opportunities out there. But we're really embracing it as a do-all device for our drivers. So our goal, like everyone else, is eventually to get paperless and like I said earlier, be modern. So trying to eliminate the paperwork flow, the burden on the driver, not only for, of course, the driver logging and the ELD, but to reduce and allow them to focus more on what they do best. I mean, their job is to drive safely, and represent our company and the public in general as well as they possibly can. So there's a lot of different apps, certainly the ELD, mapping, routing, but full workflow capability that we have where we can communicate with the driver their expectations for that workday. So we're expanding on those types of apps.
Okay, and also some vehicle maintenance elements as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now there's EDVIRs. Is a big hot topic now, so everyone's starting to take that in a mobile, and you're allowed to also do document scanning, and we can look at data in different ways, and even OS&D and different opportunities of capturing that data and transmitting it back in near real time.
Okay. Another element of the ELD mandate, of course, is the grandfather clause for existing devices that are known as AOBRDs. It's getting a little bit into the weeds, but generally we're talking about the electronic logging systems that have been on the market for a while now. In the early adopters, in Transervice, for example, you have a choice. You can move to ELD soon, or you can wait up to 2 years beyond the December 18th implementation deadline to make the move to the full ELD specifications. Can you take us through how you are viewing that transition from AOBRD to ELD?
Sure, absolutely. We rely heavily, like everybody does, on our providers. So even though the current ELD certification is a self-certification type process, we're relying heavily on our vendors to do that and meet the guidelines as recommended. We certainly have the grandfather clause to lean back on, but as with most carriers, and certainly the early adopter group, our customers rely on us to provide them with the most up-to-date, accurate information. So the closer we get to the date, the more risk you have. There's going to be enough confusion already with the mandate, depending on who you ask. And we certainly don't want to have one of our drivers pulling into a station or having an inspection and having any question about the type of device or the certification that we have. We want it to be clean, simple, and concise, both for the inspector and for our driver, so they can both get on their way as soon as possible.
Okay, so you guys are definitely looking to move to the ELD specification sooner rather than later.
Absolutely, as soon as possible. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. And last question I'll leave you on, as much of the industry still has to make this transition, what would be your advice to the first-time adopters out there who are looking at the moving to e-logs? What should they keep in mind? What are your tips?
Sure, and there's at least 2 big ones that always seem to come up, and certainly the first is don't be afraid of the technology. Drivers are usually fairly resistant to it just because they haven't used it. It's something new and fresh. If they're used to using a smartphone, as we all are, or if they have an existing navigation system on their dashboard, maybe it's something they purchased themselves, they already know 60 to 80% perhaps of the system. They already know how to fill out their driver logs.
Right.
Now you're just combining those technologies. So it's not a big, scary big brother where everyone's trying to bear down on you type of thing. And then the second part is really, if you're just looking for an ELD, then, and that's okay, as long as you're meeting the mandate. But really, do your homework and research the providers that are out there, and make sure that you get feature-rich services that are going to be more meaningful to your business, and the types of data that you're going to get back with it, and what you can do with it to enhance your operations and efficiency.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for your input, Tom. It's great to hear your thoughts, and I'm sure the many folks out there still need to go through this, value the thoughts of those who have already been through it.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
Thanks
My
again
pleasure.
for your time.